Most dog owners think licking is just affection, a quick kiss, a harmless habit. Maybe your dog just likes the taste of your skin. Maybe it's just something dogs do. But what if that's only a tiny part of the story? Because researchers studying canine behavior have found that dogs use licking for emotional regulation, communication, bonding, stress relief, and even conflict avoidance. And once you understand what your dog is really saying when they lick you, you'll never look at it the same way again. Think about it for a second. Why would dogs lick people when they're nervous? Why do some dogs lick more after you come home? Why do they sometimes lick during stressful moments instead of happy ones? Most people miss the pattern completely. Today, you're going to learn 7 hidden reasons your dog licks you. And number 5 is the one most owners completely misunderstand. Because one of these behaviors that people call cute may actually be your dog trying to communicate something emotional much deeper than affection. Most owners think their dog is simply giving kisses, and yes, sometimes they are. But researchers at Arizona State University studying dog-human attachment found something deeper happening during physical interaction between dogs and their owners. Licking often appears during moments of emotional closeness because it activates calming social behaviors in dogs. In plain English, your dog isn't just showing affection. Your dog is trying to strengthen the emotional connection between the two of you. That's a huge difference, because most people think dogs experience love exactly the way humans do. But dogs communicate emotionally through physical rituals, through scent, through closeness, through repeated behaviors that create safety and familiarity. And licking is one of the biggest ones. This behavior actually starts when dogs are puppies. Wild canines lick their mothers and pack members as part of bonding rituals. That instinct never fully disappears. Your dog carries it into your relationship, so when your dog runs up and licks your hand after you've been gone all day, that may not just be excitement. Your dog may actually be reestablishing emotional connection with you. And honestly, once you realize that, those little moments start feeling very different. Most people miss how emotionally observant dogs really are. Your dog notices your routines, your scent, your mood, even the emotional energy you bring into the room. Have you ever noticed your dog licking you more after you've been away longer than usual? Or after a stressful day? That's not random at all. For your dog, licking can become a way of reconnecting emotionally, almost like saying, "You're back, we're okay again." And here's what makes this even more fascinating. Dogs don't need words to build attachment. They build it through repeated emotional experiences, small moments, familiar contact, tiny rituals repeated over and over throughout their life with you. That means something as simple as licking your hand while lying beside you could actually carry emotional meaning your dog has repeated for years without you realizing it. Next time your dog licks you calmly, don't immediately push them away without thinking. Pause for a second. Watch their body language. Notice how relaxed they become when you respond gently, because your reaction may matter more to your dog than you think. And most people miss this. Dogs don't bond through words. They bond through touch, scent, proximity, and repeated rituals. Humans talk to create connection. Dogs experience connection. That's why your dog remembers tiny routines that seem meaningless to you. The way you greet them in the morning, the sound of your footsteps, the spot where you sit on the couch, the way you reach down to pet them when they're anxious. To your dog, those little moments become emotional anchors. So when your dog licks your hand after you come home, that may be their version of saying, "You matter to me. I'm happy you're here." And honestly, that's much more emotional than most people realize. Because your dog isn't thinking, "I want attention." Your dog may actually be thinking, "I feel safe again." Have you ever noticed your dog immediately calming down after a few seconds of physical contact with you? The licking slows down, their breathing relaxes, their body softens. That isn't random at all. Researchers studying dog-human attachment have repeatedly found that dogs use familiar contact with trusted humans to regulate emotions. In simple language, your presence literally helps your dog feel more emotionally stable. That means licking isn't always excitement. Sometimes it's relief. And once you start recognizing the difference, your dog's behavior suddenly makes much more sense. Next time your dog licks you calmly while resting nearby, don't instantly push them away. Pause for a second, speak softly, pet them slowly, watch how relaxed they become. Because sometimes your dog isn't asking for something from you. Sometimes they're simply comforted by being close to you. Most owners think licking always means their dog wants food, attention, or a treat. And to be fair, sometimes dogs absolutely learn that licking gets a response. Dogs are smart. If licking leads to attention, many dogs repeat the behavior. But studies on canine communication show licking is also used as an appeasement behavior, meaning your dog may actually be trying to reduce tension around you. This surprises a lot of people, because most owners only look at the action itself. They don't look at when it happens. Dogs often lick when they sense emotional pressure. Maybe your voice changed. Maybe you're stressed. Maybe the room feels tense. Maybe there's conflict in the house. Dogs are incredibly sensitive to emotional shifts in humans, even subtle ones most people think they're hiding well. And here's the scary part. Your dog often notices your emotional state before other humans do. Researchers from the University of Lincoln found dogs can recognize changes in human emotional expressions and behavior patterns. Your dog notices more than you think. That isn't manipulation. That isn't your dog begging. That's emotional awareness. Your dog may lick your hands or face during stressful moments because they're trying to calm the interaction down, almost like saying, "Are we okay?" And if you've ever had your dog suddenly become extra clingy during a difficult emotional period in your life, you're not alone. Most people miss this completely because dogs communicate silently. They don't tell you what they're sensing. They respond to it behaviorally. That's why some dogs suddenly start licking more after arguments, during stressful weeks, when routines change, or when their owner feels emotionally overwhelmed. Have you ever noticed your dog staring at you more carefully when you're upset? That deep emotional sensitivity is part of the same behavior pattern. Next time your dog starts licking during a tense moment, don't immediately assume they're being annoying or needy. Lower your voice, relax your posture, slow the energy in the room down, because your dog may actually be trying to reconnect emotionally with you the only way they know how. Your dog may lick your hands or face during stressful moments because they're trying to calm the situation down, almost like saying, "Are we okay?" And when you really think about it, that's incredibly emotional, because your dog has no idea what caused the tension. They don't understand bills, work stress, arguments, or bad news. They only understand that something about your energy changed, and that change affects them too. Have you ever noticed your dog licking you more after an argument in the house, or when you've had a difficult day? Maybe they follow you around more closely. Maybe they stare at you differently. Maybe they suddenly become extra gentle. Most people miss that connection completely. But dogs are constantly reading emotional cues. Facial expressions, tone of voice, movement, tension in posture, even breathing patterns. Researchers have found dogs are unusually skilled at interpreting human emotional behavior compared to many other animals. Thousands of years living beside humans shaped them to pay attention to us in ways most people don't fully appreciate. That means your dog may notice emotional stress before you consciously realize how visible it is. And licking can become part of your dog's response to that stress, not because they understand the problem, but because they're reacting to emotional instability in their environment. In many ways, dogs are emotional observers. They watch constantly. They notice when routines shift. They notice when your energy changes. They notice when something feels off. And most people underestimate just how deeply dogs absorb the emotional atmosphere inside a home. Next time your dog suddenly starts licking during a tense moment, lower your voice and soften your body language. Your calmness helps your dog feel safe again, because sometimes your dog isn't trying to get attention. Sometimes they're trying to restore emotional peace. Most owners think dogs lick human skin because it tastes salty. And yes, human skin does contain salt and scent compounds dogs find interesting. Dogs have incredibly powerful noses, so naturally they're drawn to smells humans barely even notice. But behavior researchers say scent is only part of the story. Dogs experience the world primarily through smell. Humans rely heavily on vision. Dogs rely heavily on scent. That's how they recognize individuals, environments, emotional states, and even routine changes. So when your dog licks your skin, they aren't just tasting you, they're experiencing information about you. Your scent is emotionally powerful to them because it represents familiarity, safety, attachment, and memory all at once. When your dog licks your skin, they're gathering information while reinforcing emotional connection at the same time. To your dog, your scent isn't just sweat, it's you. That's why dogs often lick your hands, your feet, your face, your arms, or even your clothes, especially after you've been gone for hours. Have you ever come home and your dog immediately buried their nose into your clothes or started licking your hands intensely? Most people think the dog is being weird, but your dog may actually be reconnecting emotionally through scent recognition. And honestly, once you understand how important scent is to dogs, that behavior suddenly becomes much more meaningful. Because your scent represents familiarity in a constantly changing world. And here's where it gets really interesting. Research suggests dogs associate familiar human scents with security and stress reduction. In studies, dogs exposed to their owner's scent often showed signs of lower stress and increased comfort compared to unfamiliar smells. That means licking can literally help your dog self-soothe. Think about that for a second. Your dog may lick you after you return home because reconnecting with your scent helps them emotionally regulate again, almost like grounding themselves emotionally after separation. That's much deeper than "my dog likes salty skin." Most people completely overlook the emotional layer underneath the behavior. And if your dog tends to lick more after being alone for several hours, that attachment-based explanation becomes even stronger. Next time it happens, instead of immediately pulling away, greet your dog calmly first. Give them a few seconds to reconnect before redirecting the behavior. Because for your dog, reunion moments are emotionally important. But the next reason dogs lick people is the one that makes many owners uncomfortable, because it doesn't come from happiness at all. Most owners think excessive licking is just excitement, a hyper dog, too much energy. Maybe they're just overly affectionate. But veterinarians and canine behaviorists often connect repetitive licking with anxiety, stress, and overstimulation. And this is where many owners accidentally misunderstand what their dog is really feeling, because excited and anxious can look surprisingly similar in dogs. Fast movement, inability to settle, repetitive behaviors, intense focus, physical restlessness. But emotionally, they're very different states. And most people miss the difference completely. This is one of the biggest things most people miss. Just like humans bite their nails, pace around the room, or tap their feet under stress, dogs also repeat behaviors that help regulate emotion, and licking is one of the most common ones. Researchers studying repetitive canine behaviors have found that licking can release calming chemicals in the brain, helping dogs manage nervous energy and emotional discomfort. That means your dog may lick excessively when guests arrive, loud noises happen, routines suddenly change, or they feel uncertain about what's happening around them. And many owners accidentally reinforce it without even realizing. Your dog isn't trying to annoy you. They may actually be struggling to calm themselves down emotionally. Have you ever seen your dog lick rapidly during thunderstorms? Or right before visitors walk through the door? Maybe they suddenly start licking your hands over and over during stressful moments. That's not random. Most people think it's hyper behavior, but sometimes it's actually stress management. In simple language, your dog may be using licking to feel emotionally safer. And honestly, once you recognize that pattern, you start seeing your dog differently. Because what looks like bad behavior may actually be your dog silently asking for stability. Next time you notice frantic licking, don't just say, "Stop." Reduce stimulation first. Speak calmly. Slow the environment down. Your dog needs emotional stability more than correction. Most owners completely misunderstand this one. Some people still believe dogs lick faces to establish dominance or control. But modern canine behavior research strongly challenges that idea. In fact, face licking is much more commonly associated with social bonding, reassurance, and emotional communication. Wolves and wild dogs often lick higher-ranking group members as peaceful social interaction, not aggression. So when your dog jumps up licking your face, they usually aren't trying to dominate you. They're often seeking closeness, reassurance, or engagement. That changes everything, doesn't it? Because most people react with frustration immediately. They assume the dog is being pushy or misbehaving. But many times, your dog may actually be emotionally overwhelmed and trying to reconnect with you. And dogs often do this most when you first come home. They've been excited for a long time. They feel uncertain, or they desperately want interaction. Most people miss the emotional side completely. That doesn't mean you must allow face licking constantly. Boundaries are healthy, but understanding why the behavior happens changes the way you respond to it. And dogs respond very differently when they feel guided instead of rejected. Next time your dog jumps to lick your face, calmly redirect them to sit first instead of reacting emotionally. Your dog learns faster when they feel secure, not rejected. If you love understanding your dog on a deeper level, make sure to subscribe. We post new videos every week to help you build a stronger bond with your dog. Most owners laugh when dogs lick cuts or injuries. But here's the fascinating part. Researchers have found dogs are extremely sensitive to physical and emotional changes in humans. Your dog may notice body odor changes, movement differences, emotional distress, or areas receiving extra attention long before you realize it yourself. Dogs constantly observe tiny details most humans completely overlook. The way you walk, the way you move your arm, even subtle changes in scent caused by stress or discomfort. And most people have no idea how observant dogs really are. Now, licking wounds is instinctive in animals, but with humans, the emotional layer matters too. Your dog may repeatedly lick one spot because they sense vulnerability there, not because they understand medicine, but because they recognize change. That isn't your dog trying to fix you like a doctor. It's your dog responding to discomfort in the only language they know. And honestly, that's incredibly emotional when you think about it, because your dog doesn't need to fully understand your pain to notice something is wrong. They simply recognize that you aren't acting like yourself. Have you ever noticed your dog becoming unusually attentive when you're sick or emotionally exhausted? Most people brush those moments off as coincidence, but dogs are deeply tuned into the humans they bond with. Next time your dog focuses intensely on one area of your body, pay attention calmly. Sometimes your dog notices stress or physical discomfort before you fully acknowledge it yourself. But the final reason your dog licks you might be the most emotional one of all, because it says something powerful about how your dog sees your relationship. Most owners think licking is only physical behavior, but many canine psychologists believe licking can also function as an attachment behavior during moments of uncertainty. In simple terms, your dog may lick you because you are their emotional safe place. Dogs often lick more before bedtime, during stressful changes, after being alone, or when they're seeking reassurance. Why? Because physical contact helps them feel connected. Studies on dog-human bonding consistently show dogs form attachment relationships very similar to young children with caregivers. Your presence regulates your dog emotionally. That means when your dog gently licks your hand while lying beside you, they may not be asking for anything at all. They may simply be comforting themselves through connection with you. And most people never realize how deep that bond truly goes, because to your dog, you are more than the person who feeds them. Your routine, familiarity, safety, comfort, emotional stability, you are home to them. And once you understand that, so many little behaviors suddenly make sense. The following: the staring, the excitement when you return, the need to stay close, and yes, the licking. None of it is random. Next time your dog quietly licks you during calm moments, don't rush to interrupt it immediately. Sometimes your dog is simply saying, "I feel safe with you." The licking, the following, the staring, the need to stay close. None of these behaviors are random. Most owners think dogs are simply reacting to food, habit, or excitement, but underneath many of these behaviors is something much deeper. Attachment, emotional connection, reassurance, trust, and the need to feel safe beside you. Your dog has been communicating with you this entire time, not through words, but through small behaviors most people overlook every single day. And once you start paying attention to those moments, your relationship with your dog changes forever. They're your dog's way of communicating emotions without words. Most owners think dogs only lick because of habit or taste, but so much of the time your dog is expressing trust, reassurance, stress, attachment, curiosity, or emotional closeness. Every lick carries context, emotion, intention. And that's the part most people never stop to think about. Because dogs don't sit you down and explain how they feel. They communicate through patterns, through behavior, through tiny moments repeated over and over across years of living beside you. And once you start seeing those moments differently, your relationship with your dog changes forever. Suddenly, the licking isn't annoying. The following isn't clingy. The staring isn't weird. It's communication. Your dog has been learning you your entire life together. Your routines, your emotions, your habits, your energy, the things that make you happy, the moments when you're stressed, the times when you need comfort. And most people completely underestimate how emotionally connected dogs become to the humans they love. Because your dog has been communicating with you this entire time, quietly, consistently, in the small moments most people overlook. And honestly, that's what makes dogs so special. They don't need words to make you feel understood. If you want a quick reference guide, you can keep on your phone or print for your fridge. I made a 50-signal decoder PDF called the Dog Body Language Decoder. The link is in the description. And tell me in the comments, which licking behavior does your dog do the most? I read every single one. Go sit with your dog for a minute after this ends, because they've been trying to tell you how they feel all along.